So I just started out at a company called Merito as a product manager, and it has been just 2 weeks. So like a lot of roles and responsibilities are not clear yet as of right now. But what I would be working on is creating a enrollment suite for education industry, and Merito is one of the top leaders around that. Giving something about my background, I'm a typical B.Tech plus MBA. I went into coding. I then went into marketing, and what I realized is when I was just coding, I was missing people interaction. When I was just in marketing, I was missing the technical part of it. And what attracted me to product management was I felt like it's a mix of both. You are involved in tech at the same time. You are at the same time you are also like talking to people, because day in and day out you have to talk to stakeholders, you have to talk to customers, and you have to talk to your development team, you have to talk to your design team, and so on. So that's what attracted me to product management. So well, I not just transitioned into product management. I transitioned into product management 4 years ago. Like before that, I was a pure marketer, where my role was more around defining just codes retail. I was working in a tech startup. So there I was working in marketing and branding, and I just started out with product. And somehow, while I was making a switch, I knew that I wanted to go into product management, and that's where I joined Lena AI. However, initially, my role, even though I was hired as a product manager, my role became more of of a growth product manager. So, for people who don't know what a growth product manager is, uh, they work with product team. They also have much more understanding or a deeper understanding of product. But at the same time, their main job is user adoption and user retention. So I help the team to set up the whole processes, like at Lena AI. But at the same time, I felt like it was more inclined towards marketing than product management, according to what I wanted. And that's where I started talking to the inbound product managers in my company. And I talked to my co-founders, and then I made a switch from a growth PM to inbound PM. So the major challenges were, like, one of the major challenges that I got was my CV was much more marketing oriented, given that I did MBA from one of the top colleges which is famous for MBA, like famous for marketing, that is MD Ghaziabad. Similarly, my role after like my completing my MBA was also marketing. So my CV was more marketing. So major challenge that people felt like that I was not technical enough, even though I started out my career as a developer. So that was one challenge. Second challenge was, like, while you're trying to make a switch, it's much far easier to make a switch in a company that you are already working in. That has been my experience. So, for example, in my previous organization, that is Zena AI, I worked for 4.5 years. And for the initial 2 years, I worked more as a growth PM. And in the later half, I worked both as a growth PM and as well as the inbound product manager. So for me, switching was one thing, that switching within the company, because you already have a rapport built with the stakeholders, and that's where you work, like, it's far easier to make the switch or to take up that challenge. So I think I do agree. Like, having a structured course do help me a lot. As I said, like I did not have a, like, my CV did not talk about the product management course, right? And I had to learn a lot of things on the job. As a result, there were a lot of key terms that people used to throw around me. Um, like people used to consider like something like a prioritization scores, then story points, like few technical things. I knew that normal words, like what needed to be done. That's why I was able to make a switch. But I was not aware about the key like taxonomy or key terminology in which the development team and the product team normally talked about. And I always felt like I was not able to make justice to my role, and that's why I started looking out for a product management job, like product management course. I think my like it the I think I had 2 rounds, and in both the rounds there were, I think, at max 2 questions. Like other questions were just based on those 2 questions. First was basic about me, and the second one was case studies. Okay, and though I like, and the idea was what they were looking for was not a perfect solution, but the approach that I took. For example, in my first round, the case study was more around the current user problem that the organization wanted to solve for, and they wanted to understand what could I do, right? In the second interview, or the like last round that I had, in that there were there was a slight mistake. There were 3 questions in the second round, major questions that I recall. One was again introducing yourself. So when I say introducing yourself, always make sure you have your story on point, because that also sets up the tone for the rest of the interview. Second point being like the kind of questions that I got 2 questions. First was coming up with, like, there was on the spot user problem that was given to me, and I was asked to create a basic product idea, and what are the ways I can like what kind of go-to-market strategy I can build around it. That was one question, and the last question was more around guesstimates. This was something like what is the what is the daily number of views that YouTube must be getting overall, cumulatively. So I am somebody who keeps on doing courses. Like, I like learning a lot. So I was sure that I want to do a live course, like where it's an instructor-led course rather than watching videos. So I was very clear on the pedagogy I wanted. At the same time, I also felt like just learning product management, because I was getting that product management feel from other courses as well. But what I also wanted is, because I worked in an AI space, I'm data obsessed. Because, and as a PM, data is something that you cannot shy away from. So Accredian was the only course that I could find which allowed me both PM and data science together as an offering, because I'm not looking for being a data scientist, but rather I would love to know what goes behind, what is the behind the scenes of data science, so that I can use that in my product management journey. Okay, so I think, yeah, like one of the basic things you can always do is go ahead and read the basics of product management. Like, if you have already not done already, or if you're somebody like me, you can always opt for a product management course, because that will help you build your CV. However, just doing a course is not enough. I was able to make the switch within my organization. As a result, I was okay not building my portfolio. But if you are a beginner and or like product management is right now the hottest topic that everybody can think of, or at least that's what I have seen happening, at least in the last 1 year. So the idea is just ensure that you keep doing your case studies, keep doing assignments, think of product tear downs, start doing market research, start doing like pick up a problem, start ideating on the solutions, get hands-on with Figma, try to create prototypes. There are a lot of no-code, low-code tools available, which like one of the trainers in Accredian already helped us with. Similarly, Figma is one tool that would be helpful. Just do get a hands on with it. Try out Jira. Like there are few tools that you can think of, but don't restrict yourself to tools and the frameworks that you can see around. Or the main concept becomes the same, that you have to be curious about the problems and be obsessed about user journeys and user pain points. If you are able to do this and you can apply this in your business framework, I think that is the main skill that as a PM you need. Everything else is going to help you achieve this in a better way.